Hey, what's going on, guys? It's GB Smokescreen here, back for another video. This is going to be me playing with my Dragunity Guardragon Deck. Now, this deck is absolutely insane and everything. It can do lots of different combos and everything. It has quite few combos it can go into and everything. Anyway, I'm going to get right into the deck list and everything, and we'll go play a couple games with it. All right, see what kind of things we can pull off. Alright, and yeah. Anyway, so we got the 3 Dragunity Armor Mistletanes. We got the 3 Senatus. This card is honestly better than Ducks by far. Alright, so that's why I'm not playing any Ducks in this deck. Because Senatus is just, like, infinitely better. Alright, because it helps get off so many different plays that you can get off. Especially Koos, which we are playing 3 of. Alright, and we also have the 3 Phalanx, obviously. And then we have the 1 Dragunity Armla Labaton. Labaton is a key, it's probably the key card that you're going to be needing for a certain combo of this deck and everything. It's basically you're going to be you would summon this off your LP and everything. Literally, Labaton, going into Labaton instead of Red Eyes, can actually get you theoretically a better board than just going for Red Eyes. Alright, and you'll see what I mean when we get into the combos. When we get into the games. 1 Red Eyes Darkness Metal, 1 Zephyros, 3 Ash Blossoms, 2 Dark Worms, and then the 1 Goliath. For the spells, rest of the deck of spells. We got the 3 Ravines, obviously, the 2 Terraforming, and the 2 Divine Lance. I wish I could play 3 of this card, but I just couldn't find the room for it. Alright, so 2 Divine Lance, 2 Cards of Continents, 3 Dragon Shrines. I have been iffy on putting this down to 2 maybe, but I don't know. It's been working fine at 3, so I haven't changed it. And then the 1 Foolish Burial. 3 Called by the Grades. Most of the time, if you get hand trapped, it's usually you play a card, you get hand trapped, pass. Usually, most of the time that's like this. You kind of need you really need Called by the Grades. World Legacy Guardragon at 2, and then the 1 Reborn. Alright, for the extra deck, we got the 1 Dragunity Knight Ascalion. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. 2 Dragunity Knight Barca. This is by far the best Dragunity monster that Dragunities have access to right now, especially since we have Koos. So there's that. You'll see what I mean when we get into that. 2 Crystal Wing Synchro Dragons. 1 Borreload Savage. 1 Gator. And 1 Vajrayana. Then we got the 1 Titanic Galaxy, 1 Star Yugioh, 2 Heavenly Spears. If the Dragunity Link monster was TCG, then I would then one of these spears would be Romulus by far. All right, but because it's still OCG at the moment, we got the 2 Heavenly Spears. But if you want to play it with an OCG, if you want to play this exact build with OCG, then you can just swap out one of these spears for the Romulus. All right, and then obviously the 1 copy of each Dragunity, each Guardragon Link. Alright, so anyway, that's the deck list and everything. Let's get into some games and see what we can pull off. Okay, so here we are in the first game and everything. Probably we might play 2, depending if this guy quits or not, because I get a lot of people who just quit when I play this deck. So, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Alright, so let's see. We got Senatus, we got Koos, we got that dude. Oh, this is a great hand. Okay, we're gonna go Dragon Shrine. See if he has a response to that. And it doesn't look like he does. So we're going to ditch the Phalanx to the grave. Okay, so literally this combo I'm about to show you is literally Senatus, Koos or Phalanx, whichever one, and then Mistletoe. Alright, so we're going to normal summon the Senatus, activate its effect and everything. We're going to discard the Koos. And we're going to see if he has any response. We're just going to give him a moment. Alright, so he doesn't have anything. Alright, and we're going to equip the Koos. Alright, it's very important that you equip the Koos. Then we're going to special the Koos with its effect. Then you're going to send it to the graveyard for Mistletoe. and then use Mistletoe's effect to equip the Koos back to it, and then summon the Koos back. Next, you're going to synchro Sonatus and Koos into a level 8 synchro, since Koos can actually treat itself as a level 4. So you go into Dragunity Knight Barca. Then Barca's ability, Barca effect. I just hope he doesn't have any hand traps. If he has like an, I'm just worried about Baylor at this point. Like, all right. So anyway, what Barca does, he basically equips as many Dragunity tuners to him as possible, as you want and everything. So I'm just gonna equip 2. You really only need 2. You don't need and everything. So we're just gonna special these back. And then we're going to link summon into our first spheres. In this case, I would just make the Romulus instead of this. But, alright, just to get the Divine Lance to my hand, or Ravine, whichever one. Alright, but because we're playing TCG at this point, I'm just going to... Nah, he quits. I'm just going to show you what I was going to do anyway. Alright. So you basically make the Paiste and the Phalanx. Alright. With those 2 guys and everything. Next, you're going to use the L-piece effect and everything. Now, a lot of people would actually... Now, most people would just go for the Red Eyes and everything. And in this case, Red Eyes does not give you as good of a board and everything. Especially with this deck. This deck doesn't really require Red Eyes as much. Alright, so basically you would just go into Leviathan. Alright? And then with Leviathan, basically what it does is when it's normal or special, you could target a dragon monster in your grave, and then equip it to Leviathan. So in this case, you're going to be equipping the Phalanx. It's very important that you equip the Phalanx, alright, and not the Koos. So you special the Phalanx back. You can summon it here or here. It doesn't actually matter. I just prefer putting it over here, so it doesn't. So it's just like as far away as it possibly can. Anyway, you're going to link the Leviathan, any spheres, or the Romulus, whichever one you have there, to make the Agripane. And then Agripane is going to trigger and everything. A lot of people would just go for like Crystal Wing or something like that. But in this case, you're just going to make the Gator, since you have Phalanx already on the field. Alright, to make your Crystal Wing. So basically, you're going to use Gator's ability and everything. You would add, since we have Zephyros and everything already in hand, I was just going to grab another Senatus. I was just going to grab another Senatus and everything and just send the Zephyros. If Zephyros wasn't in your hand, then you just add the Zephyros and discard the Zephyros. So, you're gonna synchro the Gator and the Phalanx and everything to make the Crystal Wing. And then you're going to use Paiste's ability to bring back your Leviathan. Then Leviathan, you're going to be actually equipping the Koos. Then Leviathan, here's what's really important. So, in this case, you're not going to be equipping. You can equip any dragon to Leviathan. So you don't have to equip... So in this case, we're not going to be equipping Phalanx, and we're not going to be equipping the Koos. We're going to be equipping the Mistletoe here. So, alright, and you'll understand that in quite a bit. I don't know why my screen just went black there. I'm not sure if it's going to show that in the video, but it went black for a moment. Alright, anyway. Next we need to use the Zephyros ability, but we can't because we have all these Guard Dragons here. So we're actually going to link these all off to make the Skull Dread. Alright, so we're going to make the Skull Dread, put them right there. And now we're going to use Zephyros' ability to special summon it back, bouncing the Mistletoe Might to our hand, and then just take 400. Alright. Now what you can do, you can actually use Skull Dread's ability to special summon this Mistletoe right out of your hand. And then the Mistletoe is going to equip the Koos. Alright? It's really important when you're doing this kind of combo. You really gotta be careful which Dragunity Dragunity tuner you equip. It's really important which one you equip. All right. So in this case, you're gonna be going for the Koos and everything, and bring up the Koos again, and then you're going to synchro these 2 into another Barca. So you're gonna make another Barca and everything, and then you're going to equip Phalanx and Koos. One of them, well, Phalanx and Koos and everything. One of them has to be Phalanx and everything. You can't do 2 Koos and everything, because if you do 2 Koos, then you're not going to be able to make the Borreload Savage. So, alright, so you need to have a Phalanx equipped. you really need to have a Phalanx. You need to be able to have access into Phalanx. Anyway, you're going to summon the Phalanx and everything. You're going to synchro these two into Borreload Savage. Then Borreload Savage is going to basically equip Agripane to it. Alright, and that puts 2 counters on that. And he would also have a boost from Skulldread. So Skulldread, so he gained 750 from Agripane plus the 300. So he'd be at 4050. Next, you're going to be summoning the Koos to your side of the field with its effect. And then you have 2 level 8s here. You're going to overlay Leviathan and the Barca to make your Titanic Galaxy. Following that, you're going to use Koos and Skulldread to make your Heavenly Spears. So you basically, alright, so you basically end with this. This is basically the board I was going to make on him, alright, until he quit. So, alright, so that is that and everything. This is basically all the reactions I get in this deck and everything. People just quit before I even get a chance. So anyway, you're basically left with this in your X deck and everything. You got Vajrayana to go into Crystal Wing and everything, or you can do Vajrayana and Exalion, whichever one you want to do. You still have options you can do. Alright, now, in a sense, you don't... Now, here's the thing with this combo. You don't actually need Mistletoe in your hand in order to do this combo. It doesn't need to be in your hand. You just need to be able to get to Mistletoe. So, alright, so basically that beginning thing when I summoned Mistletoe and everything, as long as you can get 3 dragons to your side of the field, the Mistletoe don't matter. Alright, the Mistletoe in your hand doesn't really matter as long as you can get 3 in your hand. As long as you can get 3 dragons to your side of the field and everything, and you can have Mistletoe in the graveyard still. So basically, it's like equip. So basically, it's kind of like, let's see. Let's say you went for Senatus and everything, you did his effect and all that shit, but you have 3 of those tuners in the grave. You already have 3 tuners in the grave, but you have like a Dragon Shrine or a Foolish or the Ravine to actually send your Mistletoe to the grave. So you can just send it to the graveyard. Do your shit to go into Barca, then Barca equip the 3 tuners, bring the tuners back, and then you can go from there and everything. As long as you can get Mistletoe in the graveyard, it doesn't really matter how you make the Spheres, Piscean, LP board. It really doesn't matter how you make it and everything, as long as you can still get Mistletoe in the grave. And then you can make this board. Alright, that's basically how this go down and everything. So basically on my opponent's turn, if he goes for any other place and everything, I can literally just tribute off the Spears, bounce it back to his hand, and then Spears would go off, being able to summon any dragon from my deck. You would just summon the Goliath and everything. He'd be 0 attack and 0 defense. You summon in defense and everything. So now he is locked at summoning the extra deck. If he tries to attack the Goliath and everything, I would just use Titanic Galaxy's ability to actually detach, and then my opponent is forced to attack Titanic Galaxy. So, and that is not a once per turn either and everything. So if I can, alright, and because Titanic Galaxy can keep equipping spell cards to him and everything, so that way he doesn't run out of materials, I can keep doing this cycle over and over, so that way he can never attack this Goliath. So he can basically never attack this Goliath, so we don't have to worry about my opponent going to the extra deck. So that's basically how this deck works and everything. There's a lot of different other combos this deck can do and everything. Alright, Red Eyes is not completely useless in this deck. It can still do some stuff to help you with your LP thing and everything. It just can't do this strong of a board and everything. Going into Leviathan just gets you this is probably the strongest board you can make with this deck. So there's that and everything. Well, anyway, how long is this going on for? This is 14 minutes. I don't think I'm going to be able to fit this into an actual... I don't want to make this video too long, so I think I'm just going to call it here. Alright, I just wanted to show... Honestly, I just wanted to show you just a little combo with this deck and everything, like 1 or 2 combos and everything. But because of how long this has been going on for, I'm probably not going to... Alright, don't really want to make it too long. Anyway, that's going to be it for now for this video and everything. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, hit the like button down below and also subscribe if you are new. Support's always greatly appreciated. And anyway, guys, that's going to be all for now, and I will talk to you all later. Goodbye.